for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's stealing away. He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, grand record for the touchdown. Kraft shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
All right, here we go on our Thursday, day after Christmas edition of the Buckeye Show. I'm Timmy Hall, here for another program with you fine Buckeye fans tonight. Rhyme time back there running things. Good to see you, buddy. Merry Christmas. And Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to my friend, hardest working man, Tyvis Powell.
Oh, you really challenging me for my crown today. Between you and Baker, y'all really got me going at it this week.
Let's give an extra special shout out to that man, Ryan Baker, the touchdown maker that you just mentioned, and the actual baker as well.
Yes.
He baked several holiday cookies.
Yes, he did.
And just littered this radio station with them on Monday. It
can,
was fantastic.
You can never judge a book by its cover. What
do you mean?
When you look at Baker, he doesn't look like a guy that bakes.
It suits him just well.
And boom, he just comes in with goodie bags.
I actually look at Baker and I think of a fine chef. I do. I look at Baker, judging the book by its cover.
What about me?
I see a guy that can bake, and I see a guy that would be a mean smoker as well.
You think
Baker could get you some kick-ass barbecue.
I actually want to know if he knows how to smoke.
Oh, man, I bet 4th of July at the Baker household, oh, my God.
Baker,
I bet there's no better place in Columbus.
If Baker is in his car right now, please send me a text message and let me know if you can smoke. If you know how to smoke meat.
Did you say, what about you?
Yeah, what about me? Oh, there you go, right there.
He's right there. He's giving you a thumb. He's giving you a thumbs up. Let's go.
Do I look like I cook? Or do I look like I'm a fine chef?
No.
So you mean to tell me, wait a minute, so you telling me if I came in here with baked goods or if I had a plate of food that I said I'd
know it wasn't from you.
You wouldn't eat it.
I would eat it because I could trust that you probably got it from a source.
Wow.
That knew how to make it.
Wow.
But I just don't. Am I right? I don't.
Wait a minute.
I don't think you've got the stuff to handle your business in the kitchen. That's my hunch. I've known you for 5 years.
Wait a minute. What about Jacob?
Jacob?
Does he look like the guy that cooks?
Not a chance. Jacob looks like a miserable cook.
I mean, you guys saw my rapping skills.
I did. What an embarrassment.
The second one, when you listened to me, it looked better.
I know.
Still not good enough, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta say, because we'll have to repost that. You send me that tweet, Jacob. I'll put your crappy gift wrapping on our Buckeye Show Twitter account at the Buckeye Show on Twitter next. We had a conversation, us three guys. We were here on Monday. Was it Monday night's show? When did we have this conversation? Last week or Monday?
No, it was
I can't remember.
Friday.
It was before the holiday. Friday sounds right. And we were talking about gift wrapping, and you guys were saying how like you basically suck at it. And I stepped in and said, whoa.
Who is y'all? He said that.
Okay, but
I told him how to do it.
You did. Okay. you and I kind of played the part of why do you have to suck at gift wrapping if you can simply just apply yourself?
Correct.
And do a good enough job doing it. So that's where you and I were, because I think you and I said we're not the best gift wrappers ever.
No, I'm pretty
But we put effort into it.
I'm pretty darn good. Now, I tell you what, guess how many gifts I wrapped this year?
I don't know. How many?
0. Not one.
Why?
My wife did it for the kids.
That's a bunch of crap.
And then my mother-in-law.
Don't be that dad.
My mother-in-law did it for my wife. Did my gift for my wife. Because I sent it to her place. So
how many gifts did poor Lauren have to wrap for the girls?
I don't know.
You don't. Of course you don't know. You're just an absent father. It's not wrapping the gifts. No idea what she got him. Don't be like that.
That's funny.
Don't be like that. Come on, stand up for dads. Come on.
I had no idea. I just fund it, you know? You just
fund it? It's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just fund it because Lauren's not doing anything,
so
right?
When Christmas came, I was excited too because I wanted to see what they got.
No. But I looked at Jacob's wrapping. And I felt even better about the work that I was doing this Christmas.
Yeah, that's
we had to wrap, and Sarah and I did one together. We had to go.
It's a big box.
It was a big box.
Yeah.
It was one of those e-scooters That was Jack's big thing.
Yeah.
And so this box was like
You
6 feet long.
You better than me because I
3
wouldn't
or
have
4
wrapped
feet
it.
high.
I'd have took a bow and stuck it on there.
No,
and called it a day.
It had like the brand of the company on the side of the box, so it was a good thing to actually wrap because you can then bust off the wrapping paper and then bam, like you can tell what the item's going to be.
If the box is too big, I'm not wrapping it.
So much fun though.
No, you slide.
Jacob, wouldn't you want wrapping paper on something big like that?
I mean, yeah, it's cool, but I mean, I did the same exact thing for the KitchenAid mixer I bought my wife. I just took a bow and smacked it on top.
Jeez, you
okay,
guys.
but I was also out of wrapping paper. I was also out of wrapping paper. And for how big the box was, I was like, nope, I'm not even going to try to do anything.
How big could the box have been for a KitchenAid mixer?
It's big.
It's
pretty big.
It wasn't as big as the e-scooter.
No, it wasn't.
I got the wife an espresso machine. It's probably about the size of that.
But it took 2 of you to wrap it. It was just me. I wasn't going to have my wife come in and see what she's getting.
You're not wrapping up a motorcycle. You're wrapping up a mixer.
Everything.
It's got a box. It's got 4 cords. It's got edges to it.
Paper on it.
Yes, it does.
No,
if it can be wrapped, then wrap it. I'm not asking you to wrap a cat up.
No.
She wrapped her damn cat up.
That's off of, I watched it like 3 times.
Did you watch it? He did. Well. This is just
the box
a real
going on
nice surprise. Are you serious? How much did you like it? So Tyvis watched Christmas Vacation for the first time ever.
It came on. So this is how I had to watch it in bits and pieces because the first night I tried to watch it, it came on like when I was going to bed. So I was watching it and then I fell asleep, right? So then the next night, it just so happened to come on again. So I caught some more.
Perfect.
I still don't know how the movie ended.
So you're going to watch it again.
I got to finish
it. Click it back on.
The last part.
It's in Max, so you know. So you can get through the commercials.
Oh, really?
It's in Max.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so watch it there.
Yeah. Okay.
Unedited. Yeah. All the good stuff.
Because you say something about a car rental scene, right?
That's Planes, Trains, Automobiles. You're mixing up my favorite movies now. That's Steve Martin and John Candy. You also have to watch that.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes.
Is that a Christmas movie?
It's a Thanksgiving movie. It's a holiday movie.
Okay.
Steve Martin's trying to get back to Chicago for Thanksgiving. He's in New York City on business. He's trying to get to Chicago. And it all goes haywire.
Where can I find that at, you know?
Amazon Prime.
Okay, I got that too.
Maybe you just have to buy that one in Prime.
Listen, I know somebody that knows somebody.
you do.
Somebody that knows somebody.
You knew.
So we're good.
I know some people that know some people that rob some people.
This is just a real nice surprise. Just a real nice surprise.
Did you get to the part where the family's all like wanting to leave? At least in Christmas Vacation, where like it's all
that's
gone
right
crazy.
After
the dog busted through the door.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh no,
yes.
You're not walking out."
Then is that his brother or his uncle that where he said
That's cousin Eddie.
That's where he lost his mind and said, "If you want to get me something, get my boss in here with a boat." Yeah. He actually go get.
Cousin Eddie goes and gets him. Yep. You about ready to do some kissing?
That's about the last part I seen of it. He gets his bonus. The boss gives him the bonus, and then that's I don't know what happens after that.
Okay, yeah, you're pretty much at the end of the movie, but the cops like bust in through the house through all the glass, and then it still has a nice happy ending.
Okay,
it's great. It's great.
I gotta finish it.
All right, so we've gotten the important issues out of the way here. We have a lot of Buckeyes to talk about coming up here as we are playing in the Rose Bowl game on New Year's Day, 6 days from now. Got that big 42-17 win over Tennessee. Still riding high on that, and we'll start to turn the page to the Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks, a game in which Ohio State is favored in. Some of our early thoughts.
They should be.
Yeah, some of our early thoughts on how this one is going to play out. Tyvis is here. Rhyme Time is here. It is the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers.
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Have you ever told a friend?
Oh, No, I'm fine.
When you really felt
Just so overwhelmed.
or sent a text.
Can't sleep. Are you awake?
When you couldn't find the words to say.
I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site from the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta. We have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
What's the best way to ring in 2025? How about 17 hours of live coverage as the Buckeyes play Oregon in the Rose Bowl? All the fun starts at 6 a.m. with Morning Juice, your home for the Lunatic Fringe and the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Not bad at all on this Thursday afternoon. Temperatures running around 50 degrees, fair skies and light winds. Overnight we'll keep it mild and dry in the upper 30s by Friday morning. It doesn't last though. Cloudy skies continue, scattered showers in the afternoon and Friday evening with highs in the low 50s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
College radio done by professionals. This is the Buckeye Show.
Hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas yesterday. Good to be back here with you day after. Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, our guy, Rhyme Time back there. I was just given the greatest gift if that I could receive, that my man Tyvis Powell has now seen Christmas Vacation, and he watched it multiple times.
Clark, it's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
That it is indeed, Tyvis. That it is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for doing it.
I'm glad I was able to get some chuckles out of it.
Oh, you'll get plenty of chuckles indeed.
And we're going to have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny K. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of holes this side of the nut house.
It's good. All right, so we got a big game to get ready for, Tyvis. We got the Rose Bowl game. How excited are you for this?
You know, I am very excited because I want to see how this team, very seldomly.
Cracking the knuckles.
Yeah.
Came through loud.
Got to get back to business. Very seldomly do you get a chance to go up against a team and redeem yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And to me, I think that this team, I know that they have one of the toughest paths, but the games that they've had, like the Tennessee was right after the Wolverines.
Was that so tough after all?
No, but I'm saying the mentality of the team was like, we got to get back right. So that was their get back right game. Then to go up against Oregon, it's like we were supposed to beat them in the first place. Now we got another chance to go at them. So now it's like another motivation there. Mm-hmm. So I love the first two games. I know they're tough, allegedly. But, allegedly.
You say that. I am surprised that Herbie and company weren't like smashing the ever-living bleep out of Tennessee about how they didn't even deserve to be there.
Well,
they should have taken like 10 minutes of the fourth quarter to just blast Tennessee.
Herbie works for the SEC, for ESPN. ESPN sponsors SEC.
If they were being consistent,
he's not gonna
they were tragically bad in that game and clearly proved that they had no business being in the college football playoff. I just thought that the ESPN guys would have said that much because they were saying that about every other team that was losing this weekend.
No.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. They were from the SEC, so they must have been one of the best teams in the country.
Correct.
And deserved to be there.
But I think that this team is eager to get out. I was reading this stat that was talking about if you take out the Wolverine game, Will Howard is like one of the best quarterbacks, since the last time he played Oregon.
He's one away from 30 touchdown passes now.
Yeah.
29 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions.
And I love the fact that since that Oregon game, that Oregon game was like the biggest wake-up call for them because it shows some flaws that they had, but it was early on in the season that they had enough time to correct those things, and we've watched them correct those mistakes, and that's why this thing is taking off. I don't pay attention to the team up north game because that, to me, is a separate game in its own. I'm looking at the rest of their body of work, and this team is very unstoppable when they get rolling.
Yeah, I'm so stoked for the opportunity that this team has now. Obviously, you couldn't have done anything if you didn't take care of business against Tennessee, but I think it just shows you that the way that they got back, the way that they got off that mat and blasted Tennessee that way, it showed you. I think we all needed to see again what the potential for this team is.
Yeah.
Because again, sports is really not about what your potential is. It's about what are you actually going to do.
Yeah.
How are you actually going to execute? How are you going to perform? And that's the expectations will slot in based on all those things, what the offseason was, what the price tags were for all these key transfer players. That doesn't just automatically make you perform like a good team.
Yeah.
It builds those expectations up. But now, like you always say, right, you want to be playing your best ball late in the season. We say that with March Madness, with college basketball. You clearly want it right now because this is not some win one game system and you're the national champs. They got to do this 3 more times if they want to be the last team standing. And I do. Like, I won't lie. I feel much better about their chances right now, and I kind of like them to win this game. I do. A second time around, I think the downside for Oregon, and I would have said the same thing if this were Ohio State in their shoes as well, in those shoes. Winning all your games and going undefeated, hard. And also to beat the same team a second time, especially if the first team was a pretty classic matchup.
Yeah.
It's difficult to do.
It is. I tell you what, though, this showdown that we're about to see on New Year's Day is like something that's going to be must-see TV for years to come.
Oh,
now that they're in the same conference, because it's so much hostility there. And I love how both coaches kind of downplay it, but you gotta know that there's some type of beef there. Why do I say that? They're stealing your recruits. They literally are taking all the recruits that you want. It's either these recruits are now coming down. It's either Ohio State or Oregon right now. And Oregon has flipped some. They've gotten some over you in recruiting. So it's something there. And the best way to settle that for the future is to go out there and handle business in this Rose Bowl game. So that's going to be in their minds. because this is not just about this year. It's about moving forward. We need to let you know we the big dogs in this conference. Like you came here, you won it, blah blah blah. But listen, when the championship's on the line, you better know that we here. Like this, you got to go through us to get it. So that to me is the mentality that this team should have. And I think they will have.
This is the chance that you didn't know you were going to get, too.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing you got to consider. Like, you had a shot to handle your business, and you knew you were going to see them, and you knew exactly what the time and the date of the game was going to be. Mm-hmm. Now, this time around, you could see who was in the second, weekend of the bracket, so you had that cooking for you.
Yeah.
As motivation to go and beat Tennessee the way that you did, because there was no guarantee until you saw that bracket unfold that you would have that shot at Oregon. You can't control, like, if Oregon is going to win or lose their first game and if you were going to meet later on in the bracket. But when you saw it come out, after you missed the opportunity to catch them in Indianapolis to win a Big Ten championship, who was to say that you were going to get that opportunity? Second game in this tournament. And now there they are. And the fact that they're in the Rose Bowl, this game is going to be so highly rated.
Between this and the Notre Dame and Georgia, the other ones is kind of like people kind of writing them ones off. But
it could be the highest rated college football game of all time. And I have to go back and look at some national championship games, but it could, I don't know. It could break that record.
It'd be nice.
It could break that record.
It's got the star power to do it.
It is a big time college football game. It is huge. And, the other one that you look down the line, though, and see the Notre Dame, Georgia.
Yeah.
Just with the star power of those the program stature meter, right? With us, I think, wondering if Notre Dame is really that deal and equipped to go toe-to-toe with an SEC juggernaut like Georgia. And, Georgia has not been perfect either. Georgia is far from a perfect team and a backup quarterback.
Yeah, so that's it. That was going to be interesting because I think
two big-time games.
It's really going to test Notre Dame's physicality. The last time we seen Notre Dame, like, on that championship run was the Manti Te'o year when they lost to Alabama.
They got killed.
Exactly.
Yeah, killed, and we thought they were
because outside of that, I think they made the CFP once or twice. Where's Bodie when you need him? They made it like once or twice, and they lost to. I think they lost to Alabama again in the first round.
Oh, I know. If he was here, he'd tell you exactly what the score of that game was. Right? That's what he can do.
So
I'll just call it good.
So I'm interested to see if Notre Dame's physical, because that's what people say, they're a physical team right now. Defensively they're really good and all those things. And Georgia not being that scary, but they're gonna have to run the ball. They're gonna have to be physical because all they got really is ETN right now.
That's true. Hey, let me ask you this, because we'll get into some of the transfer portal news later on here. Some really good stuff right now. You talked about Oregon stealing the Buckeyes recruits. They seem to be doing just fine regardless of all that, especially with some of the portal gets that the Buckeyes have had. We will talk with our guy Patrick Murphy, who's getting ready to go out to Pasadena, lucky bastard, and cover the Rose Bowl, one of the great backdrops in all of sports. So he'll be with us in the next segment right around 6:30 for some beers and Buckeyes. But I saw Buckeye Twitter a little bit upset at the news that we didn't see Jeremiah Smith, especially after the game that he just had. And I'm not entirely sure if their playoff game was included in the voting process. You know what I mean? Sometimes that gets cut off, and that could be substantial because he did go above 1,000. I don't know if he went above 1,000 yards in that game. He might have.
It was in that.
He might have been right below 1,000 yards, and that put him over, and he's at 12 touchdown catches. But Colin Simmons has won the Freshman of the Year award.
Alexander.
Yes, that's the one. The Sean Alexander Freshman of the Year award, where he was a great Seattle Seahawk. He played at Bama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Colin Simmons, you look him up, Texas linebacker. He's an outstanding player. He really is. He had 8 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and an interception. It's just hard for us here in Columbus to imagine somebody being better than Jeremiah Smith. They play different positions, so
they'll see each other.
I do think Smith impacted the game. I do. I just, from being here and the way that he caught the football and how unguardable he was, I don't know if there's a guy.
Yeah, one drop on the season.
It was the first game. was the first catch.
He had one drop on the season.
Yeah, it was the first target of the year.
That's amazing.
And that was going to be a touchdown catch, too.
That is amazing.
It was wide open.
Well, I tell you what, if both teams handle their business, they'll get to meet each other next round.
Texas and Ohio State, if they both win.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas has the Arizona State game.
Yeah.
How do you think that one's going to go? And then you have the other one that we didn't mention will be the Boise State Penn State game. Seems like those are some pretty easy roads there for Texas and Penn State to move on to the semifinals.
That's a problem because it's like, why do they get the easy road? That's the question.
That is what is the question is about why they chose to.
That's why they got to reseed them in the next round.
Yeah, reseed or just simply you cannot give to me at least. This is me. You can't give Boise State and Arizona State buys. I'm sorry, you just can't. They were not good enough teams to get buys in this tournament.
It was the highest ranked conference champion.
Yep, they were. Conference 3 and Conference 4.
Boise, I mean,
that's what they decided.
The Arizona State, the Boise State one though. I mean, listen, they went up. They only lost to the number 1 team. They only lost and they lost, and it was a 3-point game.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know it.
Not like it's fluke.
That was a long time ago. I think more Boise State than I do Arizona State. Just putting it out there with the Ashton Genty factor and how great of a player he's been all year.
If Penn State allows this man to run the ball on them like that,
that'll tell us everything we need to know about him, right?
Well, he would though, because like when you think about,
he's been doing that all year though, and every defense has known the same things. He's been doing it all. Is he close to 30 touchdowns? I think.
But Penn
rushing
State,
touchdowns.
I feel like Penn State is known for defense, like especially like edges and stuff like that, like linemen and linebackers.
Absolutely,
they should not let. They better not let this man just run over them like that.
No, and look, probably they won't. And there lies the answer to that football game.
Where is that game being played? You know, is it Sugar Bowl?
Sugar. I think is the Notre Dame Georgia game.
Sugar is Notre Dame Georgia. Fiesta is the Penn State and Boise.
There you go.
And then
that's right,
because is Texas and Arizona State.
Boise's got some Fiesta Bowl history.
Yeah,
Statue of Liberty, baby. Let's propose to a cheerleader.
Could they bring it back out?
Yeah. We got to get a proposal to a cheerleader after they upset Penn State.
Although I don't think it'll be as effective anymore.
No. All right. Our man who covers the Buckeyes and enjoys beer. He's going to pay us a visit, get us all squared away for the things he's looking out for in this rematch in the Rose Bowl with Ohio State and Oregon in 6 days. Beers and Buckeyes with Pat Murphy in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm warm. I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Drink up, Slappy. It's time for Beers and Buckeyes with Patrick Murphy.
All right. Merry Christmas, Pat. We're getting ready for a big game. You're going to have a nice draft beer when you get out to Pasadena, California, I would assume. How are you? Merry Christmas.
I'm good. How was your holiday?
Holiday was good. Mine was good. Tyvis, was yours good?
It was really good.
How good?
Like, really, really, really good.
You sly devil. But now you're here working, so it's even better, right? Because you hated to have that day off.
It did. It pained me. I really sat there and thought to myself, like, I wish I could have did something.
Pat, tell me if you believe this, because you've gotten to know Tyvis. He swears that if and when he's a full-time employee here at the Fan and he gets in on like our PTO bank and our PTO system, he says he's never going to use a PTO day unless there's a family emergency. I'm talking we could get him up to like 4 or 5 weeks vacation. He's saying he's not going to take vacation. He's a liar, isn't he?
Well, I have only ever used PTO when Sarah and I have gone to Europe. So I would kind of group myself in with Tyvis here, in that I don't use it very often. And like the schedule you guys keep, there's a lot of free time there.
See, this is the thing, Pat. This is when you do what we do. You do.
We have a lot of free time with the schedule we keep.
Yeah.
We're working Monday through Friday every day out of the every week out of the year.
We're on the radio for 2 hours.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. People think there's no work that goes into this.
I mean,
outside of the time that we're on the microphones,
there's prep and all of those things.
Come on.
I'm just saying, when you do what we do, like this isn't work to me. Like I enjoy doing this because like I tell a lot of people, if I wasn't doing this with you right now, I'd be somewhere with my friends doing the exact same thing anyway. So
see, that
agreed.
And you know what? But for both of you, Pat and Tyvis, that's beautiful that you guys can still look at it that way. I do. I will tell you, I still do. I really enjoy the hell out of doing this stuff with you. But I also am going to take the PTO that I receive. There's that.
That's because you're into like golfing and all those things.
I do. I love to get out there on the links and enjoy a day and have, a golf course beer. Patrick, for me, like I know you love the airport beer, Pat. We can kind of do that for the beers portion of it right there. One of my favorite types of beers ever is the golf course beer. I like the summer shandies when I do it. I know you like getting one in the airport, and I'm sure you're about to.
Get you a Long Island.
Yeah, I love Long Islands. Yes, airport beers. If you are doing a full day of drinking, one of my favorite is the morning shower beers as well.
Oh man,
it can't be anything good. It's got to be like canned light beer, something that you don't need. Yeah, something like that. That like if it spills in the shower, it's not a big deal. But like you're getting up, if you're tailgating all day or whatever. Those are great ones. But yes, airport beer, Saturday evening when I fly out to LA, that will be one of the first things I do after I get through security over at the airport here.
That's good. That is good. Beer in the shower, I got to tell you, I haven't done too many of those.
Beer in the shower?
That's like you feel like a special kind of degenerate. Like you feel like you should be part of the Pat McAfee show if you are hammering down.
Beer in the shower?
Yes.
I've never drank anything in the shower in my life.
You have to spray some of it on your face, don't you, Pat, if you're in the shower? First.
Look, you can do whatever you want. You're washing it all right off.
Pat, this is a new low for you. You know what? Let's transition to the Buckeyes here. What scares you about Oregon? Now, after seeing this dominant performance from Ohio State, what is it about Oregon that may scare you?
Well, I think you look back at the last meeting, and obviously the way the receivers played against Ohio State's secondary, especially in that first half. I do think the Buckeyes figured some things out in the second half, and obviously the second half of the season there's been a lot of progress made, though I don't know if they've seen receivers with the speed that Ohio State has, or that Oregon has, but at least they've seen it in person, right? Nothing will surprise them. So I think handling that will be important. And then let's remember Oregon did not have Jordan Birch, the defensive end,
the
last time they faced. And I do think Ohio State's offensive line figured some things out against Tennessee and in the build-up to that game. So I feel more confident than if they'd maybe just scraped by against Tennessee. But that is going to be another challenge for this defensive line, the offensive line, Oregon's defensive line, and the tackles. Donovan Jackson, Josh Fryer, and those are two things that just immediately jump out at me as things that Ohio State has to manage well.
Pat, I'm sure one of the things you've been thinking about a lot since Ohio State blasted Tennessee 42-17 are the ways that they were able to do that, or the couple of things that led to the Buckeyes unlocking that performance when it wasn't there the previous game against Michigan. What have you come up with? Why do you think they were able to go out there and play the way that they did?
Well, I go back to the offensive line, and I think, having that extra time to really nail down on what those guys needed to do, give them some time to work more. I also think the mixing in of the three guards and the rotation, which going into the game I was not a fan of. I thought that was going to be, a potential pitfall for Ohio State and trying to get three guards in two positions, but they handled it really well. And I thought each guy brought something. It wasn't perfect by any of those guys, but it was good. And I think that's a positive. And, whether they decide to keep doing that or not, we'll see. But I think it's good to know that you've got three guys that can go out there and play pretty well against a really good defensive line. But, things too, like, just throwing the ball. I mean, not that they didn't throw against Michigan, but it was just this aggressive, we're going to throw and set up the run. We're going to take shots to Jeremiah Smith. We're going to get these guys involved. Will Howard was on it. All that is what we thought this team could do all year, and we saw it in bits and pieces, and we saw it, against bad teams. We saw it against Oregon, actually, from the offensive side of the ball. But I think that if that's something that they found that they can carry with them going forward, then I think this team's in really good shape because I think this defense is playing really well.
Pat, when you look at this offense and you look at Oregon's defense, how would you attack it? Because obviously on this past game against Tennessee, everything was there for them. But I would imagine against Oregon, they're going to try to take away something. So do you think that this game plan should be more focused on pass, or do you think it should be more running with those two running backs that we have?
Well, I think I would try and start things similarly to what they did against Tennessee, where you play to your strengths and the strengths specifically of this offensive line of let's get the ball out quick, let's get some plays, let's get some first downs through the passing game, and then that can open up some run stuff. Now, I do think that Oregon's defensive backs, the focus will be probably, I would imagine, on Jeremiah Smith.
Yes.
So it may be a game in which, maybe it's Carnell Tate who gets going quickly, or maybe it's Emeka Egbuka, maybe one of the tight ends gets going. So I think it's pinpointing those matchups. But I do think that this offense is built with, let's get things going with Will Howard. Let's get him going and comfortable. And then once the offensive line starts to feel some confidence, then let's start blowing guys off the ball and you can get that run game going.
I think a guy that needs a lot more credit on this football team, I've been talking about him most of the year anyway, but his numbers are down from last year, but his yard per carry is way up, and that's Travion Henderson. I thought he was just exceptional against Tennessee. I know you agree, Pat.
Yes, absolutely. And I think when Quinshon Judkins committed, I think a lot of people got, and rightfully so, got really excited about what he could bring. And look, Quinshon has served a really good role for this team. I mean, those two touchdowns were both important, even if they were just 1-yard touchdowns against Tennessee. But Travion's played as well as he has maybe his whole career, definitely since his freshman year. I think being fresh, and that's a credit to having Quinshon in that room, has helped. But he's seeing things better. He's hitting those holes quickly. I mean, the one touchdown run in the first half, he sees it, he goes. There's no hesitation. It's perfectly
got the edge too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, yes, it is the perfect time for Travion Henderson to be hitting his stride, not just for the Buckeyes, because I do think that obviously helps the offense, but that draft stock slowly rising, I imagine.
Yeah, no, they've both been great, and that's been a big reason why we've talked a little bit about the running game and some of those games where it hasn't quite been there, but when it is clicking and when Travion runs like that, they are a tough team to beat. Pat, you'll be happy. I had a cruise miss at the house yesterday. If you were watching on the YouTube feed, I'm wearing my brand new Columbus Crew jersey, and I got the homage lightweight jacket to pair with it. So that's been awesome. What was your top gift yesterday?
I got a PlayStation 5.
Oh, my God.
Ooh, big money over there.
That was the gift. That was pretty much it for this Christmas, which is more than I expected. I haven't even had time to take it out of the box yet. But, yeah, I'm pretty excited.
What game are you looking forward to playing?
Oh, he's a Call of Duty guy, isn't he?
No, I'm not. I've never been a big first-person shooter. The first thing I will buy when we get back from L.A. is the NCAA game or whatever we're calling the college football game now. I have only seen it. I have not played it, so I'm looking forward to that.
I'm with you, Pat, because I've got the older system, the older operating system that doesn't play that. So I'd be with you if I got upgraded to the new system. I'd check that out. But always good stuff, man. Have a great, great trip when you leave in a few days to head out to Los Angeles.
All right, good talking with you guys. Happy holidays.
Absolutely. Our guy, Pat Murphy from BuckNuts and 24/7 Sports on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. A little bit of beers and Buckeyes right there. All right, Dan Lanning and Ryan Day. They're both working hard to get their teams ready for this big game. We're going to hear from both sides. Next, it's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2024. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. It's that time of year. The red bows are out. Do, 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 do. Right now, it's their final sale. Best pricing all year. Take advantage of 1.9% financing up to 48 months or 2.99% up to 60 months on ES, NX, and RX models. Plus, the biggest rebates of the year are here on remaining 2024 models because they got to get the 2025s in. Jermaine Lexus, Dublin and Easton. JermaineLexus.com.
Get ready, Buckeye fans. Donato's just added something special to the pizza playbook. Introducing Donato's new Block O pizza. Donato's golden thin crust cut in that trademark Block O shape, loaded with crispy pepperoni, smoked provolone cheese, and Buckeye Spirit. It's the perfect pizza for game day or any day in Buckeye country. Now get a Block O pizza for just $10 with any pizza purchase. Order today with the Donato's app or at donatos.com.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Common Man and T-Bone.
So Pooh Bearing, if you don't know, that is
Pooh Bearing.
Matty Ice when he's at home by himself. What does he do? He wears a T-shirt and no pants. That's Pooh Bear.
I see.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Attention Buckeye Nation. Get ready and grab a Coors Light to cheer on our Ohio State Buckeyes as we fight for a spot in the championship. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly. Did you know a dog license is one of the best ways to protect your pup if you should get separated? Ohio law requires all dogs to have a current license. Protect your pal by registering for your 2025 dog license today. Visit doglicense.franklincountyohio.gov for more details. Brought to you by Franklin County Auditor Michael Stinziano.
If somebody is still asking what you want for Christmas, just tell them to sign you up for the Fan Golf League at Fairway Columbus. You don't want to miss out on all this fun. Chance to keep your game sharp, chance to get inside and still play golf during these winter months, and a chance to win signed memorabilia, game tickets, gift cards, and more, including some prize packs from Woodford Reserve. There's going to be drink specials every week, and there's that McGinnis Grill delicious food. The 12-week league starts on January 5th, and there are only a few spots remaining. Sign up now.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Preseason, midseason, offseason. We keep on rolling. You've got the Buckeye Show.
Calling for something from our listeners right now, from you fine fans. I'd like a little bit of intel. And you can hit us up on social media or in the YouTube chat. See, a lot of you guys, you start off, you're listening to the show on the radio. You might get home, middle of the 6 o'clock hour. Why don't you just go inside, take over the big TV, the big screen, pop on YouTube, and then go to our channel, and then you're watching us right there. You can see Tyvis's lovely face. He's got a big, beautiful smile, too. But we need to know what the hell happened in this Pitt-Toledo game. It went to 6 overtimes. Is that right? 6 overtimes in Pitt-Toledo. And we know college football overtime is really dumb right now. And it's not getting a good look with the 2-point conversion fest. But Reimer was telling me something about how Toledo was maybe trying to celebrate prematurely. I don't know if he saw the full scope of that or what was going on. But tell us what was happening. Because I see your guy Dustin Fox is getting cooked on Twitter right now.
Is he?
They didn't like his color commentary too much.
I gotta talk to him about that. I'll see him tomorrow.
You will see him, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've heard a lot of Dustin Fox games, but that's cool that he caught this one. It's like we have some midweek action here, day after Christmas, because Bowling Green, they play later tonight.
Really? Who they playing?
I think they got Arkansas State. That's big time stuff.
They probably should win that game.
You think so?
I would hope so.
Here we go. We
need Rutgers to win.
We got Rutgers and Kansas State. Hey, you know what? Good call, Will Howard. Getting up out of there. Playing Rutgers. Your bowl game.
8-4?
8-4.
Yeah, I think you made the right decision.
Rutgers 7-5. I think it was a good call. I think it was a good call.
Remember they said that he might have not even would have been the starting quarterback this year.
Yeah, because they got Avery Johnson.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Not the Spurs guard from the 90s.
He a good coach, wasn't he?
Good coach. Great voice, Avery Johnson.
Did he coach was it the Mavs?
Dallas, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did some broadcasting as well. Well, speaking of that quarterback, let's go to the coaches that are in this Rose Bowl. Ryan Day for the Buckeyes, of course, you know, and Dan Lanning, the Oregon Ducks. Starting with Ryan, he talked about how they were really demanding a lot from Will Howard in that last game. This is what he said.
Our challenge to Will going into the last game was that, he had to be the best leader on the field. I thought he was. I thought he played well, got into a rhythm early on. But I think for Will, understanding exactly how we're trying to attack defenses is a critical part of being successful.
And that's going to be, how he executes this game plan coming up. It's going to be totally different than what they did against Tennessee. And I wonder how many of those, I wonder how many negative thoughts he has from the last Oregon game. He would not tell any of us about it, but I wonder if any of those creep into him as nerves, just knowing how that final drive went and how, I could have gotten down a couple seconds earlier, made sure that we at least got the attempt. I wonder. That's a tough thing to carry on.
Are you talking Will or Ryan Day?
I'm talking Will. I'm talking Will Howard right here.
I think Will probably looks at this opportunity as like a chance to redeem himself because – I tell you what, we talk about if he'd have got down 1 second. I don't know. That wouldn't have made a difference the way our kicker kicked that ball.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The way he kicked that ball in that Tennessee game, I don't even.
Bone and I, by the way, were reading a story about what the going rate for kickers is right now in the transfer portal market. Like the top one, $150,000. I said, well, damn it, we need to get some of us together. We need to make sure we get the absolute best one that money can buy.
This is absurd.
Because we can't trust that the kick would have gone through.
They let that man kick. That was like 56 yards or something.
My Lord, he was like 20 yards short. I don't know if that was good from 36. And you know what? You're right. Because we couldn't hit from 36 or 38 or whatever that was in the Michigan game. My goodness. But you know who could? That Michigan kicker.
You know, it's sad because when I go back to the Oregon game, the biggest question was, why didn't he just run the ball? Like, when they got down there, like, Emeka catches the ball on the sideline. Why didn't they just run the ball? Why did they? Because after that, that's when the OPI happened. And I was like, well, if he just ran the ball, you know, it wouldn't have had a bit of problem anyways. And I now have the answer to why Ryan Day. So, Ryan, I think I speak for the rest of the Buckeye Nation when we say we apologize. We weren't familiar with the kicking situation. I see why you tried to get as close as you possibly can for this kicker. That's unfortunate. I hope that we don't come down to a kick because that'd be one of those situations where I really wouldn't watch. Like it's kind of,
I know what you mean by like not putting it on him, but you kind of do put it on him because you walk into the season with a team made like this and then you have a really suspect kicker. Why are you doing that to yourselves? Don't leave any stone unturned.
What are you going to do at that point, at the point of camp? Like, there's nothing you could do then.
I understand, but how do you not know that? Like, don't you know something about the quality of your kicking game going into camp?
How long has he been the kicker here?
I mean, he was here last season.
Oh, was
and
he?
it wasn't all that great.
Oh, well.
So you should have been ready to upgrade. The same way you didn't like Kyle McCord's play. You were really quick and Johnny on the spot to switch that up. I understand there's a difference.
Maybe the money got spent.
It can't be spent. There's got to be more.
They went out and got a quarterback, running
I don't
back.
care.
Like all these center, like they got all these people.
Oh man,
the money goes. It can't just keep going. The well has dried up.
Well, how about Will Howard was actually really good in that football game. I mean, if you look at what he did, it was 28 of 35 for 326 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he did not have one of those critical interceptions in that game. So I think he dropped the snap, though. Did he not?
I don't recall.
He dropped the snap that wound up being a big deal on that other drive in the second half, the one that didn't produce points.
It didn't even matter.
It's not like it was a perfect game, but there are some things. But here's Ryan Day on how much stock you maybe put into that game that was back in October.
We've evolved. They've evolved. Different teams. So there are certainly things that you want to look at that happened in that game, but also as time's moved on, how they've changed, how we've changed, and then how does that fit? As we put together the game plan. But ultimately, we want to make sure that we're putting together a great game plan so our guys can play fast. They understand what we're trying to get done in terms of attacking in all 3 phases, and then they can play with emotion and physicality.
I mean, he also gave great praise for Dylan Gabriel, and why would you not, and the quarterback that he's been all year. And this was on the other side, going to Oregon's head coach Dan Lanning. Don't ask for it, Tyvis, because he's not even giving them a sniff of anything that could resemble bulletin board material. It's just Buckeyes are the greatest.
I think when you play great teams, that gives you some extra motivation to go work really hard, to be prepared and ready to be out there on the field. So obviously Ohio State's a great team, and the path to the end is tough, which is exciting for our team and certainly for me.
Hey, just like they didn't have Kayvon Thibodeau in the regular season game, they didn't have Jordan Birch in this last one. They still got it done. So here he was talking about Jordan Birch, what this guy is, how special he is.
Just his size and athleticism. God doesn't make a lot of people that look like Jordan Birch. I think when people see him, they're always surprised to hear that he's almost 300 pounds, because he looks really good, at his size. But he plays like a beast on the field. Relentless effort, and the fact that we have great depth and several guys that can play edge positions for us, it allows us to make sure that when he's on the field, he's fresh. And a fresh Jordan Birch is really dangerous.
Yeah, that's going to be a big-time player, and we know that the Ohio State offensive line that, was retooled a little bit and performed quite well against Tennessee is going to have another big task ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they did a really good job against Tennessee's edge rushers. Hopefully they can continue to keep that same, motivation going into this and keep Will's jersey clean. Now, last time we played him, what was his name? Harmon or something like that, the D tackle? He was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the interior of our offensive line was a question mark going into Tennessee, but they held their own. So this entire offensive line got to be able to, protect Will Howard and buy him some time. I think whatever offensive line keeps their quarterback clean the most probably goes on to win this game.
All right, one school claims to be setting records here this week, and I'm actually more impressed by these guys for something else other than that record. That and more in the College Football Pulse. It's next. Tyvis is here. Rhyme time is here. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, retirement, maybe even kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you really need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. We're committed to helping protect your personal interests and the life you've built. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Talk to us today.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Giant Eagle is making it easy to surround yourself with savings with new low prices on hundreds of your favorite produce items like pineapples, avocados, navel oranges, and lettuce at your neighborhood Giant Eagle.
I used to love shooting hoops with my dad, who taught me great lessons beyond the game. He was the one who helped me open my first bank account. He told me credit unions take care of you like a teammate and often have the best rates. That's why I've been a Credit Union of Ohio member for 40 plus years.
Make life more affordable at Credit Union of Ohio. With great rates on savings and loans, Credit Union of Ohio has been trusted by families for generations. Visit cuofohio.org to join today. That's cuofohio.org. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut, to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site. From the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta, we have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Jacob Reimer. We are less than a week away from Ohio State's rematch with Oregon in the Rose Bowl. Tonight, though, in college football, we have 3 bowl games on the slate with one already finished. Toledo outlasted Pitt 48-46 in 6 overtimes in the Game Above Sports Bowl. A big win for the MAC there. A Big Ten team is in action right now. Rutgers leads Kansas State 24-17 in the second quarter. Later tonight, Arkansas State takes on Bowling Green. On Thursday Night Football tonight, the 8-7 Seattle Seahawks are in Chicago taking on the 4-11 Bears. The Seahawks will be without Kenneth Walker III as they placed him on the IR with the ankle injury he suffered in last weekend's game. Kickoff is at 8:15. And the Dallas Cowboys are shutting down wide receiver CeeDee Lamb for the remainder of the season due to his shoulder injury. He will make a full recovery. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Roof Revivers. Whether your roof needs a quick repair or a full replacement, Roof Revivers has you covered. Visit roofrevivers.com today.
Hour 2 of the Buckeye Show. Timmy and Tyvis here tonight, day after Christmas. What the hell happened in that bowl game? Reimer, you just mentioned it in the update there. Little Maction. Where was that game being played, Tyvis?
Ford Field, Detroit Lions.
Ford Field, Detroit. Yep. So you were right about Toledo celebrating something. It was in the 4th overtime, and it looks like Pitt was ran the ball right up the gut. They thought they stopped him, but they overturned it. So Toledo was celebrating like they'd won the game 44-42. They had to go back out there because clearly they tied the game at 44. Then wound up winning it, whatever you said, 48-46?
Yeah, 48-46.
Yeah.
I saw like everybody
Let's
just
go, Rockets.
rushed the field, and then everybody's like stopping everybody and throwing flags, and I was just like, what the heck is happening here? But then I missed what the actual penalty was.
You know, you're a sick bastard when it comes to college basketball. But there are a lot of sickos that are out there just loving that game. They can't get enough of it. They're killing Dustin Fox on Twitter for apparently how he was talking about the overtimes. I guess he was going crazy. So Pitt did something that I'm trying to understand the context. I'm trying to piece together tweets because I wouldn't imagine. What is the rule? After 2 overtimes, it goes to the 2-point fest, right? Or is there a third one where you get set up at the 25-yard line, but you have to go for 2 should you score?
Well, I know at that point they were in the 2-point conversions in the 4th. I don't know if it's at the third, if it's in the 3rd overtime or if it's after that.
I don't either. I'd have to have been watching that game because the overtime rules are so stupid. If I was a head coach, I can promise you I'd know what the overtime rules were. I wouldn't be like the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Sorry, that's not the Chiefs. I just put that on the wrong team. It was the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, it was like smart football guys like Kyle Juszczyk. Like, I had no idea what the overtime rules were. You're like, like what? Like you're joking, right?
Hey, don't do that.
Am I wrong? Was that not a thing? They had no idea. You had several Niners players.
Yeah, they did.
We're going around saying, I didn't know what the overtime rules were. It's the sport you play.
Well,
how do you not know?
You was caught up in the game.
Caught up.
Just caught up in the
like
game.
Like Usher. Just all caught up.
Got me feeling.
Yep.
Caught up.
Losing my control. So, yeah, with this, I think people were ripping Pitt for not going for it. Like, there were a lot of people saying that they should have been going for 2 for the win, going further there. But either way, what a game. Toledo beats Pitt 48-46, the best battle of 7 and 5 teams that you are ever going to see. Reimer, turn it back over to you. What do we got going on here?
Well, so I did just look. It's at the start of the 3rd overtime when they do 2-point conversions.
But answer me this. Do they still start the ball at the 25, or is it just when the 2-point conversion fest begins?
That's when it begins.
So I don't know what people were yelling about, though, because that would just be the rule. It's not like you can kick. You have to go for 2. Like, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Mm-hmm. You're going for 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw everything happening. I don't have the sound on in here. And I
know. That's hard trying to piece this together. Yeah. Maybe people thought that they should have gone for 2 after their second overtime to try to win by 1 or something. I don't know.
So Deion got his guys some pretty nice Christmas presents for talking about Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, and
those 2 guys.
Some large insurance policies to protect them if they were to get hurt in the Alamo Bowl. Yes, they are playing against BYU in the Alamo Bowl. Is this a good move from Colorado?
Yes.
Yes.
Merry Christmas to them.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it incentivizes guys to play, because I know that it's been a big thing about the stars not playing in bowl games. Like, we watching this Rutgers game, and I'm wondering why Kyle Monunga ain't out there, but I know why.
I think you know why.
I know why he's not out there, but like it waters down the bowl games, and I think truly people do want, like, athletes want to play in that last game, because it's your last time playing for that university, playing with your teammates, the guys that you've grown up with for 3 to 4 years. So you kind of want to go out on a high note. Like, at least I know that we did. And if you play in that game, if you feel like you about to get hurt or you see somebody go down in that game, just pull a Joey Bosa, get targeted and get thrown out the game.
Pull a Joey Bosa. Make it count. Get your ass out of there.
Just wait. Don't do it on a Tyvis Powell interception.
You did not just say that. Oh, you're still bitter about that play.
I would have had 2 picks in that game.
Would you have had a pick 6 though?
No, but I would have had 2 picks, and I would have gotten defensive player of the game. To this day, it bothers me that Eli got it over me, and I don't understand it.
You got it in the national championship game, dude.
Care. I wanted it all big-time games. I wanted to be known that the bigger the game, the better Tyvis plays. That's what I want. That was my motto.
Yeah.
The bigger the game, the better I play.
That still gets you.
It does.
That Notre Dame game.
I just don't understand what he did to get it over me. I had 2 picks. Now, granted, the stat sheet say 1, but you watched the game. I had 2 picks.
It's funny you mentioned that game and brought that one up about this discussion. Isn't that the Jalen Smith game as well?
Yes, that was. We kind of is the reason why everybody starts sitting.
Right,
after that, everybody starts sitting out of bowl games. Correct.
Right after that, really.
That was it. After Jalen Smith messed his leg up,
didn't Denzel Ward pack it in?
Sat out the whole. Nick Bosa sat out the whole season.
Bosa sat out a season. Yeah. TCU game, we've got the imagery of him kind of stretching himself out, kind of muscle injury, and that was peace out. That was it. Yeah. And that 2018 team, my God.
I don't even remember
with the offense that they had.
Who was on it? Was Dwayne quarterback?
That was Dwayne. And that was a defense that really needed an extra boost when the season got long, because you remember they got lit up in some games, and that was the bugaboo for that team. It was not the offense. That year it was the defense, because 2019 defense came to play, and that was Ryan Day, didn't lose until the Clemson game. Didn't lose a game until the semifinals of the college football playoff. That was
his first year as a head coach.
We were a better team than Clemson.
Yeah.
Didn't win the game.
Clemson,
I get it, but we were the better team.
That's Clemson went on to the Natty and lost to Joe Burrow that year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That would have been unbelievable. Can you imagine that? We were that close to having the Ohio State versus Joey B game.
That was almost what it would have been like with Caleb Love against North Carolina if that would have happened in the Elite Eight. It would have been electric to see that in the national championship, given the stakes and the standards, and Joey B being from Ohio and against that defense.
It would have been insane.
It would have been unbelievable.
It would have been insane if there was, honestly, if there's not many, I've just popped into my head, but sports, what ifs. If you could go back in time and change one outcome to see something happen.
Yeah, Michigan State versus Ohio State 2015.
Certainly you want to change that. You have a lot more season to play out to get what you wanted to get.
Or 2013 Michigan State versus Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. Would have went on to play famous Jameis.
Would have gone on. That was simply because of, or 2012. Honestly,
but we'd have took
2012.
The ban in 11.
Take the bowl ban
in 11.
Self-imposed. Take the bowl ban. See what happens in 2012. But I don't know if any of them would have been just over the unknown, just being in that game. They might not have won. They might not have beaten LSU. I get that. It was Joey being LSU, but just to see the game.
That might have been one that set records for ratings.
What is set records?
Just because of the storylines around it.
Not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt in my mind. What's next, Jacob?
So, transfer quarterback Darian Mensah received a deal from Duke that makes him the highest paid player in college football. The NIL deal is believed to be $8 million over 2 years. Isn't it crazy? A Duke quarterback is the highest paid player in college football.
Yes, it's crazy. If this actually turns out to be true, or else this guy is going to be transferring out. Could this be another situation? I wouldn't think so, because it's Duke we're talking about. I would think the checks are not going to bounce when we're talking about Duke, but I also wouldn't think that UNLV checks would bounce I mean, they just look out their window. Like, don't they have any partners in the casino industry, like in the gambling industry that can hook them up? They probably got a lot of scratch lying around out at UNLV. I'm mentioning the quarterback that decided to just quit because he says he was not backed up with the NIL promises.
His money.
What was that young man's name again? Wound up becoming a thing. We just talked about him recently because they were in their conference championship game.
Yeah.
They were one win away from being in the college football playoff. Whatever his name was, he backed out. So I wonder if this Duke quarterback, if this Tulane transfer is going to get every single penny of that if he stays the 2 years.
Get it in writing.
Got to get it in writing, right?
Yeah.
If you want to see that through.
Dude, where's his Duke quarterback transfer from?
Tulane.
You're kidding.
Yeah. He's a highly touted guy.
Yeah,
but he was like a 22 touchdowns, 8 or 9 picks kind of guy, runs it a little bit.
He was the number one quarterback, and their Duke quarterback transferred out because they got him, which was the kid from Texas. I can't think of his name.
Malik Murphy.
Malik Murphy. Yeah.
Yes, we talked about this on Man and Bones show. And again, like you're talking about, Duke is willing to make this guy.
Dookie.
It's not the fact that you wouldn't go out and swing big, but it's about who you're swinging for, right? If you're going to spend $8 million on somebody, like, is there anyone else? Like, maybe 2 of the guys that you actually previously had, like Riley Leonard, who you lost to Notre Dame for half the price, I bet, or Malik Murphy, who walked out.
Malik Murphy.
Interesting.
They saw Carolina make the move to get Bill Belichick.
Interesting.
So they had to counter with something.
Which, by the way, I didn't even get to say on the first story that you talked about that dealt with the insurance policies for Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter. I am blown away and a little bit impressed that they're actually playing in the Alamo Bowl, regardless of what the policy is. It's just a simple fact that they wanted to. I could not even tell you.
Playing BYU. It's a conference game.
It's a conference game. Yeah. That's right. It's a conference game. But just the fact that they're actually suiting up to play in that, I think it really says a lot. I do. We got to talk about this Buckeye basketball team right now. What exactly? Yeah, Reimer's like, yes, fist pumping. Let's get to that. What exactly did that blowout win over Kentucky tell us? We're going to give some of our thoughts here next. Tyvis is here. It is the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The nightmare of the clear drain. Those drain clearing specials from the other guys seem like a great deal until you realize the only thing really going down your drain is your money. At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Our service doesn't just clear your drains, it cleans them too. It's done right the first time, so that nightmare of a drain becomes a dream come true. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call 614-232-2222 to get started.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy.
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
AgPro has been family-owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters.
That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
For over 30 years, Schumacher Homes has been building affordable custom homes throughout the Buckeye State. Experience true customization on your land, your way, without any compromises. Come visit any of our 9 Ohio model home and design studio locations to see the latest in design trends and learn about our award-winning building process, or start online at SchumacherHomes.com. You'll be surprised how affordable a custom home will be. Schumacher Homes, proud home building sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut, to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Fair skies, light winds, and a mild and dry finish on this Thursday. Temperatures running right around 50 degrees. Down to the upper 30s by Friday morning with mostly cloudy skies and light winds. More clouds and showers by Friday afternoon into Friday night. Highs in the low 50s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Tailgating is a state of mind. You are listening to The Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, all you beautiful Buckeye fans listening on the radio or watching us on YouTube and taking part in that YouTube chat. Yeah, got some OHs going in there. We give you a little Ross Bjork. OH. I-O. Our man Ross there.
He's getting
it. He's getting it. Before we talk some Buckeye basketball here in that big win over Kentucky, I want to tell you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Tyvis was just getting shot in the ace there earlier today for the low testosterone treatment. But there's that other dreaded 2-letter acronym that they treat, and they do it as well as anybody out there, talking about erectile dysfunction. Guys, it's the new year. And for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. And if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and tired of that frustration and embarrassment that ED causes, you should call Tri-State Men's Health today. 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Start taking a look around, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with your ED. Say, I'm not going to take it anymore. That ball drops. I'm done with ED. It's a new year. It's a new me. Things are going to get pointed in the right direction, figuratively and literally right there. So resolve your ED and change your life. Check them out at tristatemenshealth.com. They have lovely locations here in Central Ohio, Westerville, and the one in Hilliard right off of 270. And they're beautiful facilities, too. Did you get some mints? Did you steal?
I did not get the mints.
You didn't take any mints?
The funny thing is they were sitting there, and I looked at them, but I didn't grab them.
Well, you don't be like Tyvis and freshen your breath and take some of their free mints as you leave and head on out of there. They've got an expert staff. If you're like a lot of men, you could be doing it the day after your appointment. Say goodbye to ED. TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Man, something that changed and got pointed in the right direction with that Kentucky game was this Buckeye basketball team.
Yes, it did.
Where Where do you think that came from, Tyvis? Because for me, and Jacob, feel free to jump in anytime. I know you love the hoops and follow this team. This was about a little bit more than just Aaron Bradshaw and Quez Glover coming back into the lineup. I'm not going to dismiss that they had an impact, because for anybody that watched, they did. They were impactful players. I think Aaron had 9 points by halftime. He scored in double figures. I have still been a little bit reluctant to put in my prediction for how big of a player Aaron is going to be for this team. But you saw in that game, clearly you're going to be a much better team if you get him offering anything points, and contributing to the team. But it was more about the way they played and how Jake Diebler got them starting a little bit better than just those two guys coming back.
You know, it's something about Jake that he gets players to respond. You know, that's what kind of what won me over with him last year, is that it was going so bad he becomes the head coach, and then boom, they do something crazy like beat Purdue, the #1 team in the country. Like, that's Jake Diebler knows how to push the buttons and get them to play. And when their backs is against the wall, they fight, and I respect that about them. Now, the Kentucky thing for Aaron, obviously he wanted to go out there and have a big game anyways, because of the fact that he was just there. Now he's with the Buckeyes. He want to show them what they're missing out on. So I anticipated that. But the person that really showed out was Bruce. And it's funny because
30 points.
But it's funny because
30.
Remember against Auburn, you was like, Bruce got to be the guy.
He didn't score until the end of the game. He had 0. Like, there is a big, like, there you go. There's the reason. I know. Sucked against Auburn. Best player in the country against Kentucky. There, conversation over. Done. So essentially, I know.
He heard your comments, and he was like, you know what? I got something for you. I got something for you, Slim. That's what he said. And he went out there and had a 30-point game. So and it was just like, he was unstoppable. Like, he was finishing at the basket, did great shooting, all those things. So I think it finally, like, it came out. Like, both the two guys that you do, because with Michi out, like, your scoring has to come from somewhere. And you thought it would be Micah, but I haven't really seen that from him.
He had it in that first game against Texas.
Yeah, and that was really about.
Had some other games here and there where he's been in double figures.
But Devin Royal has been the guy that's been the bright spot.
And he didn't score a ton in that game.
Score. That's what I'm saying. So it was
you won by 20.
Yeah.
With sort of a platoon effort, but not really a platoon effort. You had 30 from your star, and then a lot of other guys chipping in. And Jacob, you follow college basketball across the country. We've established you're a little bit like me. You're like me 10, 15 years ago, where I was watching everything. Now I watch most things, Kansas, Ohio State, and some others. But you're a degenerate that watches like games that are going on in Hawaii when it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
But Kentucky, I believe Kentucky to be a true national title threat.
Agree.
You agree, right?
Yeah.
They brought in a couple of interesting transfers. They got a 7-footer from Drexel, who's experienced.
Right.
Good old Philly basketball, right? Big 5 basketball. God love it. And then they brought in the dude from Wake Forest that the Buckeyes were in on. Andrew Carr. And Otega Owe, whose brother plays for the Ravens. He's just a brilliant player. Just a brilliant basketball player. For them to take down that team like that and to take their second half push was mightily impressive. Like, it gives me a whole new outlook on this Buckeye basketball team.
Yeah, this Kentucky team, it's not like your typical like Calipari Kentucky teams. It's a more experienced group. So I was a little bit more shocked.
Because it's Mark Pope now, right?
Yeah. But this was the best defensive effort I've seen from Ohio State so far this year. They were just really getting after it. They were forcing turnovers, and I think what helped was those long drawn out possessions, because they were just playing within the half court and making Kentucky defend them using the full 30. And so then you go back on defense, you're kind of fresh. Kentucky's tired from playing all that defense. Kentucky shot less than 30%.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They put up a ton of threes. They shot like 18%. So, I mean,
you did it without shooting all that great from downtown.
Right.
But Ohio State's 2-point percentage, I feel like, Tyvis, like we've had games, and I think Jake is trying to get a grip on this too. Like, what games? Because they came out against Valpo and they were just shooting so many threes. You know, like, because he had a direction after the Auburn game, or I think he felt in the back of his mind they weren't shooting enough and taking some of the good looks. Well, against Kentucky, they were so good inside.
Yeah.
They were. They've had games where like Devin Royal and some of the other guys have been able to dominate in the paint. If Bruce can drive, if Devin can cook down there, Aaron Bradshaw is back now. They're going to find this balance between some games. They got the hot hand from downtown, and they'll keep doing it. But other games, they might just want to take the ball to the rack.
Well, I told you that was my biggest concern for the entire season was how will they fit in the paint? Can they score inside? And can they defend inside? That was the thing. Because Aaron Brad, don't get me wrong, he's tall, but he's skinny. He's frail.
He's not that tall, though, for the position he's playing. Is he 6'6"? 6'6" and heels, basically, I think.
Bradshaw?
No, Devin Royal.
Devin Royal, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Devin Royal.
You're giving up 2 inches from Zed
He's
Key.
like an E.J. Liddell type, just not as stronger, or just not as strong as E.J. was.
Yeah, no, that's a good comp.
That is a good comp, actually. But, yeah, so, like, that was my thing for them. Can they stop them? And I thought the Auburn thing, I knew that was going to be the case. But if they're going to be able to score inside, obviously that's going to change a lot.
So I look at their near future here, and again, like you cannot give enough credit. You can't give enough credit where it's due for them. And I think right in our YouTube chat here, Stan was chiming in. I'm with you, Stan. He says need to give them their flowers. I would have been happy if they kept it within 15 points. I was saying the exact same thing. I didn't quite go that bloated, but what I said is I need a team that's going to compete. I would like to not lose the game in the first half. Let's start there. Like, can we be down by 4 or 5 points in the first half and actually go into the second half feeling like you're competing and have a chance to win? I could have been okay with a loss. I mean, I was fully expecting it. And then for them to play like that and win it that way was incredible. This was Jake Diebler. This was a while ago, but right after the win, how proud he was.
The theme for us leading into this game was we got to figure out a way to solve problems throughout the course of a game together. We got to figure out how to attack together. And I thought we did that. So I'm just, so thankful to God for the men we have in our program and in that locker room. And, hopefully this, can give us an opportunity to get some consistent lineups and stuff moving forward so we can get ready for what's next.
My God. How awful was that audio? Is that Madison Square Garden? Is that just me that notices that? You not pick up on that?
I heard it.
That sucked.
I be so focused on what they're saying that I try not to pay attention.
I had to ultra focus.
The funniest one.
So I could even hear it. I'm sorry. I apologize to you guys, the listeners. Madison Square Garden, do better.
To this day is James Franklin after the Big Ten championship.
Oh, yeah. He was just like, what the hell is this?
You guys thought I was a psychopath in the past? You have no idea.
He was dogging him, right? At the podium.
Oregon was like,
it's the most unprofessional thing I've ever been a part of, right? Isn't that what he said? I can hear the band out there. Like, it's loud, it's noisy. Franklin had just had about enough of that.
He has the best sound bites.
Yeah.
He definitely is the best when it comes to listening to his sound bites.
You know what, James? How about you win some big games? How about that?
He got one under his belt.
He did. He got one. He gets one every now and then.
Is that one?
I mean,
yeah. Wait,
it's better than what it's been.
The are we
SMU
talking,
at home?
SMU at home. I mean,
it's better than what it's been.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Let's be consistent with that, though. Was it a big win for the Buckeyes? Was it that big of a win for the Buckeyes and Ryan Day, beating that team on our home field?
SMU's not Tennessee, though.
That's true. Yeah, it's still Tennessee. What do you think about that, Tyvis? We're still beating Tennessee.
Yeah.
It was a big win. It doesn't solve everything. It doesn't solve everything.
I mean,
getting a little too loony right there. Starting to sound like a lunatic.
It doesn't solve everything.
Do that.
This one's big. This one is bigger than the Tennessee one.
I got a good old soundbite of someone who actually is a lunatic. I do. And I'm going to tell you about how the Buckeyes are getting a straight-up maniac in a good way through the transfer portal. That's coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Make your New Year's Eve celebration and football watch party a good deal better with Meijer. Fresh guac is always a hit. Mix up a batch with extra large fresh avocados. Now buy one, get one free. And Meijer tortilla chips are a perfect match. Assorted Meijer chips are 3 for $6 when you buy 3 or more. And Coca-Cola and Pepsi 12-packs are buy 2, get 1 free. Plus deposit where applicable. Bring more good to your holiday celebrations at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See the Meijer app for details.
Pizza lovers, listen up. We're not that cheesy, but this deal is. For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. And you know we got even more, like flavors galore. Okay, maybe we are a little cheesy. Choose between classic 3-cheese, crispy pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big on 2 pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce. Get the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Hey, Ohio State fans, it takes a lot of energy to root for the Buckeyes. That's why Burger King is going to get your team going with the $20 Buckeye Blitz Bundle. This OSU fan exclusive has a delicious lineup that includes 2 Whopper sandwiches, 1 cheeseburger, 3 small fries, and 3 small drinks. Get over to your local BK and get fueled up for game day. Limited time only at participating Ohio area restaurants. BK is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site from the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta. We have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Dreaming of the day when the script Buckeyes become the permanent men's basketball uniforms. Yes, looking nice. This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light.
Timmy Hall, Tyvis Powell, all you fine Buckeye fans, thank you so much for making this show a part of your day after Christmas. There's a lot of decompressing that has to take on. What are you doing right now? Looking at me through the looking glass? Tyvis is such a child. You are a sailor, aren't you? Oh, my God. I tell you what, there is... My son, we all have different things that we do. Maybe you get sort of Christmas movied out. So my son's on an Adam Sandler kick.
No.
Which is not a bad thing. Ooh, you like to watch my movies? I'm going to put some movies in Netflix for you. He loves watching Sandler. And you ever seen Just Go With It? The one with Brooklyn Decker?
Mm-mm.
Is it Brooklyn Decker? That's her name, right? The extreme supermodel.
Just Go With It.
I believe she's married to...
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? No.
She's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
What is that?
That's
from?
off with Shrek.
That's Shrek, right? Yeah. I thought you were doing some Shrek with some Puss in Boots right there.
The gumdrop.
Anyway, we're watching Just Go With It, and Dave Matthews is in Just Go With It.
Okay.
Yes, it's the greatest. So there's a scene at the end where you find out that he's married to Nicole Kidman, but he's playing for the wrong team. You come to find out, and they throw like a little quick snippet of him like at a table with a bunch of sailors. They're in Hawaii and he's just like flirting with the guys. It's ridiculous.
Really?
Dave Matthews is so funny in that movie.
This is on Netflix?
I think it's in Netflix, yeah.
Okay.
So just go with it. It's Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston, Brooklyn Decker.
I got to check it out.
I think it's Nick Swardsden, the comedian who's in like a lot of the Sandler movies as well. He's in it. He's the guy that talks like he's from Germany for the entire movie. You go to the interwebs. I farm sheep, yes, and I sell the sheep. Yes, I do. Yes. It's very, very ridiculous.
What's funny is I will watch it and hear it and be like, he actually did a good job.
I don't know about that. Maybe you'll just have to watch the movie, watch the film, and find out. So we got to talk about some transfer portal. How about this haul here for the Buckeye football team in the portal? Especially
getting. Okay.
Getting. When you take a look at that, thoughts on the Purdue tight end?
Love that one.
Coming over with the old Max
favorite,
Clare
That's
right
been
there,
my favorite one so far. That because I watched him at Purdue and I was like, obviously he was like their only offensive weapon outside of Devin Mockabee. But Devin Mockabee wasn't.
Devin Mockabee.
He really wasn't that deal like he used to be. So Max Clare was the bright spot. And I keep thinking about, man, with these wide receivers and whoever the quarterback is, Julian, Lincoln, whoever, like, he can really be, because we've been waiting on that tight end. You know, Cade did a really good job.
Cade was great, but you want another guy like him, and this guy's got a little bit more.
Yeah, he got more juice to him than Cade does. Like, this guy could truly be, he could break the record, whatever it is.
Honestly, he's got a little bit of that Jeremy Ruckert in him.
Yeah.
Like with the way he can run routes, right? With the way that he can get out there, you've just got, he's a great one.
Yeah.
He is a great one.
He's a guy that you probably going to scheme up some plays for.
Yeah, so they did that. They pick up a running back from West Virginia. They started off by getting an offensive tackle. You knew that they were going to have to address offensive line help.
Yeah.
And so they do that. They do that right away by getting the dude from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then here just recently, did he send you the tweet? Did you watch the tweet
of him smelling the salt?
Yes.
He didn't send it to me, but I seen it already before.
Yes. So we got a new offensive tackle from Ethan. Yeah. We got a new tackle from Rice. And there is video of this big dude, Ethan Onianwa, who is like in the locker room. I don't know what game it is, but they throw the smelling salt right in front of him. And when he smells this stuff, I am not kidding you. Like, forget about that GIF that you've seen of our old Blue Jacket. God, why am I blanking on our old captain's name? Nick Foligno. There's a GIF where he would get the smelling salt and he would kind of, snap into it. Not even close to what happens to Big Ethan here. He gets that. He just jolts into like a different state of mind. He pops out of his chair and immediately like goes into ultra hype mode and just starts beating the ever living bleep out of everyone around him. Not like punching guys in the face, but going up to their shoulder pads and pushing them.
Yeah, it gets
hard.
It gets you like that.
This guy's 6'6" and like 365 pounds. He's almost Big Thanos.
Have you ever smelled the smelling?
I never have.
Ooh, damn.
What does it do? What is it like?
It definitely wake you up. I'll tell you that.
Describe it to me.
I used to smell it right before kickoff. Like so they will put it in a bottle and give you like 10 of them in a bottle and hand you the bottle. And
oh my God.
Woo, hey. You ready to go?
What is it? Why? How? Like, what does it do?
It's a smell that just kind of
compound that's in there.
Burn the nostrils and it just goes straight to the brain. Just wakes the brain
right to the brain.
Yeah,
oh man. And it reminded us of something. So Ethan Onianwa, our new mammoth beast of a tackle. I do expect him to be a dominant tackle for the Buckeyes.
Yeah. Usually,
this is a big money get. This was the Luganbill, Tom Luganbill, who covers recruiting for his job. He was blown away by this get.
Usually, we do well with kids out of the ports. Linemen. You think about Seth. You think about Josh Simmons.
Yeah,
we do
absolutely.
a good job. Justin Fry. Maybe he doesn't do a great job recruiting them out of high school or getting them out of high school. But the ones that they get out the portal, he does a great job of developing them into really good NFL players.
So, are you familiar with John Henderson?
Never.
Big John Henderson, defensive tackle, played actually for Tennessee, played for the Vols. And he played in the NFL for a good long time. He was a two-time Pro Bowler in 04 and 06. Played for the Jaguars and for the Raiders. He played from 02 to 11. He was a big deal player. He was a top 10 pick overall.
Okay.
Number 9 pick in the 2002 draft.
Why is he relevant to this conversation?
For this clip that I'm about to play the audio of. And I encourage you to watch the actual video because Jacob sent it to you. So this guy, John Henderson for the Jags, would have a trainer. And in this video, it's an actual NFL Films clip, like back in the day. Hallelujah, right? This trainer has a smile on his face. He is instructed to smack the ever-living bleep out of John Henderson in his face. Like, you see that stuff that Dana White has created now, like the actual slap league.
Oh, slap him to sleep.
This guy is slapping John Henderson in the face as hard as he can, and it's still not enough. And this had to be edited, but this is what John sounds like.
Oh, Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe. Thank you, baby. Thank you. You making blood come to my damn mouth. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You got to make blood come to the mouth. me and don't hit me hard. That bullshit. When you hit a motherfucker, you hit that motherfucker. Let's kick their ass, motherfucker. Kick their ass. Let's go.
Dear God. Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do. You know what the good news is? You know the good news about guys like that? As I play defense, so I would be sitting there gassing him up. I ain't have to worry about it.
T-Bone said this as he was heading out. We were in a break. He was like, you ever wonder about those guys that say, oh, you know, I think I could have played in the NFL. I think I was just a couple of steps away from playing in the league. Do you think so?
How did that? Good thing he played defensive tackle, boy. I'd have been like, ooh.
Oh,
I feel bad for who got to block you.
You know what that reminded me of? Like the crazy dude in The Water Boy, where he's just doing like the, come on, boy, woo, woo.
You sound like a big choo-choo train.
You sound like a big choo-choo train.
And then he power bombs him, Captain Insano.
Could to see Captain Insano. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Joe, that ain't good enough. Come on, Joe. Thank you, baby. Thank you. You making blood come to my damn mouth. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You got to make blood come to the mouth. You can't just smack me and don't hit me hard. That bullshit. When you hit a motherfucker, you hit that motherfucker. Let's kick their ass, motherfucker. Kick their ass. Let's go.
I love how matter of fact he is, too. He's like, you can't just hit me and not make blood come out of my mouth.
Love it.
You can't just hit me and not hit me hard enough, Joe. Come on, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for making blood come out of my mouth.
He should have let me slap. I'd have slapped him to sleep.
Why not just punch him at that point?
I would have slapped him to sleep.
Honestly, like you may as well just hit him with a frying pan. Like right across the
I would have loved that job. I'd have slapped. He'd have been asleep before the game. Bow.
I bet poor Joe is just like a little old like trainer. He didn't look like a huge guy compared to John. His hands probably hurting.
John understands. There's certain people you can tell to do that to you, and certain people you can't. And I'd have
John's
been
one that you can.
I'd have stole on him.
Oh man. Oh boy. The very best with the Bucks on the social fronts day after Christmas here. Hashtags are coming your way next. It is the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Death, taxes, and beating Michigan every damn year. This is your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Dormar, your climate hero.
Dorn, what's that guy yelling about in my noisemaker?
Dormar, your climate hero.
Your climate hero, you fossil?
What's a climate hero?
That's Dormar, our same-day heating and AC company we've used for 60 years.
Who?
Dormar, your climate hero.
Come on, Dad. You laugh every time you hear their Tidy Whitey commercials.
Yep, those are funnier.
Dormar, your climate hero.
Attention Buckeye Nation. Get ready and grab a Coors Light to cheer on our Ohio State Buckeyes as we fight for a spot in the championship. We know there's nothing like game day in Columbus. So whether you're at the tailgate, the bar, or just watching from home, choose chill. Coors Light, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 21 means 21. Celebrate responsibly.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Come on over to Heartland.
Getting a mortgage? We take pride in providing the value and service you deserve in one of the most important transactions you'll ever have. Community banks have the most flexibility and the lowest rates. Now fact check that. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Kroger with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Kroger, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Want to kick off your fall shopping with a touchdown? Shop Bob's Discount Furniture for pieces that fit your style and your space. Check out Bob's space-conscious and style-forward furniture for every room, like counter-height dining sets, convenient lift-top coffee tables, guest-friendly pop-up sleepers, and storage-filled seating perfect for game day hangouts. So stop and score winning design with Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony. Not too many things you'll experience on a daily basis are worse than sore feet. I've been there, but I'm not going back there. I'm done with the over-the-counter insoles that shred on me or don't last or don't really do anything to actually realign and strengthen my feet. That's why I went to the Good Feet store. They make it personal. They asked me about my daily activities and the type of pain that brought me in, and they properly measured my feet and arch size. Once I was fitted, they placed my arch supports right into my own shoes so I could immediately feel the difference they make with every step. I started enjoying that comfort right away. I walked out wearing my new arch supports, and now I'm living and loving being on the go without pain. You've got to check out the Good Feet store. Bring in your favorite shoes. They'll personally fit you to ensure your comfort like they did for me. Try them. Take a free test walk today. Good Feet products are proudly made in the USA. They're on Polaris Parkway and on Stringtown Road in Grove City. Or check them out at goodfeet.com.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling. From some pumps and water heaters to full heating and cooling repair and replacement. The Waterworks tackles it all. Call 614-232-2222 today.
My goodness. Merry Christmas to me. Tyvis, just bring some food in here. What are you doing? You got to get on the road. You got to head out. That's why you're eating here.
Yeah,
your holiday's taking you back up north after the show.
Yeah, my family is still up there. So I figured, why make the whole drive to Cleveland? Because I got to do the Cleveland show tomorrow. Why do the whole drive in the morning?
Yeah.
Just get up there tonight, halfway there. So I get up in the morning and make it easier on myself.
I know we joked around. You don't got to come in here tomorrow. We got it handled.
I don't mind.
You don't got to do that. You're going to be up in Cleveland. Why don't you stay up there?
I'm coming back.
You got to come back?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you surprise us? You come in or not come in tomorrow afternoon. A little thing called...
You'll see.
Indeed. Yep. And he brought in some loops. Good call. Good call. We love those dudes over at Loops. I haven't been into the restaurant there in quite some time. I'm getting itchy.
I've only been once.
Yeah, but you've ordered it here a lot on your way home.
Was convenient.
And they make, for those that are uninitiated or those that don't know, Common Man's been going to that spot for 13 years or so. I piggybacked off of that, and it is phenomenal. Chicago-style gyros, Italian beefs, dogs. They do spicy gyro rolls. It's like the gyro goodness encased in like a fried, almost like empanada type of thing.
I actually want to try their Italian beef.
Oh, man.
Is it like
Portillo's? Because you're a Portillo's guy, right? I've been thinking about this. I think Fish did this already, where there is a Portillo's. The closest one is in Fort Wayne, Indiana. If we can handle a 2.5 hour drive,
is it worth
$220 or so, get out there, have a Portillo's feast.
That would be like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. If I go all the way out there to Fort Wayne.
Don't you think it'd be worth it? Why don't we make a day out of it?
I'm getting like 3 of them.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah. I don't know how well it keeps, like, because they do.
Oh, they get soggy.
They have a mail order. There's a website you can get on, and you can get, I think there's a website, I forget the name of it, but it handles a couple of the famous Chicago institutions. Like, it's got It might not be. I think it might be Lou Malnati's, the deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
So you can get Portillo's and Lou's in the same order. That I'm telling you, if you ever want like a Christmas day, because I've told you I've done some of this even for Thanksgiving now. If you want to pay a little bit more but have less work on the holiday and still have something that's fantastic, treat yourself. Get one of those famous spots. Get a Jack Stack barbecue, a Malnati's, a Portillo's.
The Jack Stack
have yourself
barbecue
a feast
is what
that
you
way.
got me, and I tore all that up. Ooh wee.
Yeah, what did you get there? Did we get the brisket and the ribs at least?
Brisket, ribs.
The burn ends.
Everything. We ate all of it.
My goodness.
My wife and I ate all of it.
Man. And I hope everybody's having some good food tonight, stuff that was left over from yesterday. Did you see what I posted yesterday? I went over to my parents.
Know what you had.
So Jack was feeling a little under the weather. So all three of us weren't able to go over there for the Christmas dinner because he was knocked out of sleep by 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Jeez.
So I went over to my parents' place. I had dinner with them there myself, and then I took the meal back to my wife, back to Sarah.
What did you have?
They had prime rib.
Ooh,
Oh,
fancy.
my God, was it good.
Fancy.
It was cooked perfectly. Dad got that thing to about a medium rare. So nice and pink inside. I don't know why. I think I like the fat on the prime rib as much as the rib itself.
I'm not a fat eater.
Oh, I think it mixes perfectly with it. It adds the flavor, man.
This is why when I get a steak,
Flavor Town.
I get fillets because I don't like the fat.
Oh, I think the prime rib is as delicious as it possibly gets. Now, clearly, like I need the meat, but like a little bit of the fat in the bite with a center cut. Oh my goodness, so good. So we had that.
Get chewy.
No, man, it's fine.
Man.
It can't be too much. I'm not saying like overtake the bite with it. And then they had a baked potato bar. So he like actually crisped up a lot of bacon.
Yeah.
Had chopped up bacon, chives, sour cream, cheddar cheese.
He cooked the bacon himself.
Absolutely.
This wasn't like the little bits.
No. Like real bacon, cooked part of the meal, part of the prep. So went the extra mile.
He did it right.
It was absolutely fantastic. Had roasted carrots. It was absolutely fantastic with the rolls. So the meal was good. I posted on my social at Timmy Hall Radio one of the best gets that we had, which was a pull from a box of NFL cards that I got Jack. I got, part of his big gift was me getting him a bunch of boxes of NFL cards, like fun stuff to open. And I had a premonition because I found a couple of Donruss boxes, and I've known about this specialty card that is only, I think, in Donruss or maybe Donruss Optic boxes as well. For card fans out there might know what I'm talking about. If you don't, there's a thing that they call a case hit, which I don't know how this gets determined this way, but somewhere along the lines, a card gets made, a card gets produced, and the card collectors just go freaking gaga over it. They just go nuts about it. And so there's this card called a Downtown. That's the name of the card. It's a Donruss, and anyone that gets found, you go in your card shops or on eBay, they go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for one Downtown card. Like I've seen, the Justin Fields one at our card shop, like $500 to get that.
Jeez.
So some reason I bought these cards and I just thought we're going to get something. Like we're due. We're past due to get something unbelievable. He's opening that first box on Christmas. Not only does he get a Downtown, he yells when he finds it. I've never heard that kind of jubilation out of Jack before. The same kid that he was here doing the last couple segments on Christmas Eve. Go back, listen to our Christmas Eve best of special, guys. You'll hear my son. He did the final 30 minutes. He was in here with us. It's kind of a tradition. And we get the Marvin Harrison Jr. Downtown Donruss, which is a $500 around card.
I guess.
Right out of the blaster box. Just a straight up rip.
Wow.
Quite a pull.
Yeah.
So like a double Merry Christmas.
He turned up a little bit more. It's going to be really, really worth the lot. Wow.
Exactly. That's one to hold on to because he's going to get better.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get better. This year was not what we expected it to be, but he's going to get better. I also saw something for looking at tweets and things from TBDBITL, the best damn band in the land. They are loading things up. It said our instrument truck is loaded and ready for the journey to California. Hashtag Go Bucks. This was just a little while ago.
Have you been to the Rose Bowl before?
No, man. No.
Well, I mean, I haven't been to a game, but obviously the Big Ten, when we did UCLA, we was out there. So I was in front of it, but I didn't go to the game.
And you've never experienced the Rose Bowl? No. All the things that you've done, of all the places this game has taken you.
Not the Rose Bowl.
Missed out on that one.
Yeah.
Got the Natty, but had to miss out on that experience of a lifetime, which is the Rose Bowl. And
the bowl was fine.
I say the Buckeye show just goes. What do you say? I say the Buckeye show goes out there, covers it, full-fledged coverage. We're there.
I don't think we had that type of pull.
We don't have that power, that
Not
pull?
yet.
What about it, Jacob? Can we do that?
I mean, I think it'd be cool.
Just say yes.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob says we're doing it. Let's do it. By the way, guys, we're brought to you here by our friends at CareSource and also by Coors Light. We thank them for sponsoring this lovely show. I don't know why the logo didn't go up.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
That's what I was talking about that one day.
All right, we got Thursday Night Football. Maybe the Bears can win a game. And then again, maybe not.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Tyvis, thank you. Jacob, Rhyme Time, thank you. We're back tomorrow at 6. Seahawks, Bears, up next on The Fan.
If you don't like listening to Morning Juice, Bobby Carpenter's man nipples will punch you in the face. For real.
You want to fight, do you? Weekdays from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. It's that time of year. The red bows are out. Do, 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 do. Right now, it's their final sale. Best pricing all year. Take advantage of 1.9% financing up to 48 months or 2.99% up to 60 months on ES, NX, and RX models. Plus, the biggest rebates of the year are here on remaining 2024 models because they got to get the 2025s in. Jermaine Lexus, Dublin and Easton. JermaineLexus.com.
What's better than the sound of a Krispy Kreme truck delivering fresh donuts to McDonald's?
Enjoy a Krispy Kreme donut paired with an any size hot or iced coffee for just $3. Offer valid 12/10 to 4/30/25 while supplies last. Price and participation may vary.
Don't miss a minute of the Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Celebrate the culmination of the 2024 season with all of Buckeye Nation and follow along on the official athletic site from the opening postseason kickoff to the final whistle in Atlanta. We have you covered. It's the 2024 Ohio State football postseason presented by CareSource, Kroger, and State Farm. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/postseason central now for more information. Go Bucks!
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Come on over to Heartland.
Now, to run a successful business, you need to develop a strong relationship with your accountant, your attorney, and most importantly, your community banker. If you find it hard to get advice from your bank, maybe it's time to consider Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC.